Hello and welcome, fifth grade friends and family. This is Ms. Fields here, and today we're going to work on some quick tips and tricks in using a multiplication chart to help you be successful in multiplying multi-digit numbers. So let's start here by talking about why we might want to use a multiplication chart. So as you guys know, in class we often practice doing timed tests and memorizing our multiplication facts. But some of you guys are still struggling, and there's no problem, no shame in that. However, sometimes instead of taking the time to actually multiply out numbers, some of you guys just quickly guess and write down a number. The reason why I'm giving you guys the multiplication chart and teaching you guys how to use it effectively today is so that we have no more funny business where fifth graders are guessing and putting down random numbers. I want to make sure that you guys are doing your most accurate work because you guys are all excellent mathematicians, and there's no shame in using math tools to help you be successful. I personally love these multiplication charts because they are so quick and easy to use. So let's start talking about how this is made, how to use it, and the different parts. So over here, we've got numbers that are in a cream color, lightish brownish yellowish color. These numbers over here are called our factors. So 1 through 8 over here, these are all numbers that you are going to multiply. They're factors by these numbers over here. These numbers are also factors. I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, wait, so we multiply all of them together at the same time? No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that we pick one factor from over here, and maybe we pick one factor from over here, and then we find a way to discover the product. Now the product are all of these numbers inside of our multiplication chart. These are lightish bluish purplish color, and we can use our fingers, which I'm going to show you in the next slide, use our fingers to discover what the product is based upon what our multiplication problem is. So let's start with this first example. I've got my finger on the factor 4. I've got my other finger on the factor 3. So the multiplication problem here is 3 times 4. So I'm sure you're wondering, how in the world do we discover what the product is? All of the products are in here, right? So it could be 4 or 6 or 9. It's actually quite simple. All you need to do is put your finger on the two factors that you're multiplying together and slide your fingers until they meet. If you perfectly slided your finger straight from the 3 and slided your finger down from the 4, your two fingers would meet at the product of 12. Now, I want to point out that it's super important that you don't get wonky and crazy. We don't want to move our fingers diagonally. We don't want to move our fingers up and down and up and down. You just want to move them perfectly straight so that your two fingers touch in the middle. Another thing that I want to point out that some fifth graders do, they're like, oh yeah, I use my multiplication chart. I just kind of eyeball it. I just kind of move my eye over here from the 3, and then I kind of move my eyes down from the 4, and I kind of find out that it's 12 just by looking at it. Stop there. Don't ever do that again. Fifth graders make mistakes, simple mistakes by just using their eyeballs. I want you to physically touch each factor, 3 and 4, and slide them to find your product. Because sometimes, if you're just eyeballing it, your eyes might fall on 9, or maybe they fall over here on 15. Super simple mistake that you guys should not be making. Multiplication charts are super easy to use, and I know that you can use them effectively. So please get those fingers on the multiplication chart. Let's try over here with 3 times 6. Remember, our factors are in yellow, our products are in blue. Notice here that my arrows are a little bit short. Have our fingers met? If my finger's over here and my finger's over here, they haven't met yet. I want you to physically put your fingers on either your multiplication chart or on your computer screen or iPad, and I want you to slide them until you find the product. Try it out. If you slid your fingers perfectly together until they met, your product should be 18. Let's try another problem. So we had 3 times 6 on this other problem. Now we've got 6 times 3. Do you think there's going to be a difference in the answer? Put your finger on the 6, put your finger on the 3, and slide until they meet. What's the product? If you took your time and you slid your fingers until they finally met in the middle, your 2 fingers should be pointing at the product of 18. Now remember, when you multiply 2 factors just in a different order, 6 times 3 or 3 times 6, the commutative property tells us that the product should be exactly the same. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to find out how to use your multiplication chart effectively. I'm so excited to see you guys practicing this in class. It's a super quick and effective way to multiply correctly, and it's going to make you guys multiplying multi-digit numbers so much easier for you in class. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.